Hi there. I will be doing a product teardown of ProtonMail.com, the desktop version. So I'll be looking in this direction because I got a big screen over here, but the camera is over here. So this is the home page. ProtonMail is a encrypted email provider based in Switzerland. That's what they advertise here, so that's pretty clear. From this sort of image, it's clear that they've got a browser-based app and they've got a smartphone app. Here's the links to the apps, and then here are some highlights. I'm coming in. I'm pretty convinced that I want a private email account anyway. I'm just not so much in the mood of being convinced, but I'm just interested in creating an account. So that's pretty clear. Should start here. And then we're confronted with this screen. Select your ProtonMail account type. So it looks like there's a free option and there's a paid option. And here we have multiple paid options. Professional. So here you guess you're paying per user. It's a bit unconventional to have this in a vertical orientation. I usually expect to see different price options priced out horizontally, but it's clear what I need. I just need the free plan. So I don't know why it switched to a loading indicator full screen, but it didn't last very long, so it wasn't such a problem. So let's do product teardown 2. I put 2 because the first alias was the first attempt at this video, so this is the second attempt. So password 123, sorry, 123 ABC, 123 ABC. I don't believe it should allow me to do that with such an easy password, but it looks like it's allowing that. Recovery email optional. I'm going to choose not to do that. Warning, you did not set the recovery email, so account recovery is impossible. Forget your password. Do we want to proceed without recovery? Yes, we do. But it's weird that only now did it pop up with username available, only when this pop-up came up, but there's no option. So I've been popped to the next screen, which doesn't cause a problem, but is a bit strange. And then here's the question, are you human? But there's no yes or no. So they're asking which verification method would you like to use to confirm you're human, which is more or less clear, but it's a bit confusing that they're asking it in this way. And donate, I've also, okay, I guess you can confirm you're human by donating. I've never heard of that before. But CAPTCHA I know, even though I hate it. And this one is in German. So that's probably because I live in the German part of Switzerland. And Fußgängerüberwege, these are zebra crossings. So let's select those and then hope we're done. I don't know, is that a zebra crossing? There, I think we're finished. I think we have to click complete setup now, creating account. Hope I remember my password. That was a nice little screen showing me that they're busy. Display name is product teardown. Okay, so that's really quick to set up an email. I don't need to confirm with a backup email address, even though that comes with some security implications, like I have no way of recovering my account. Here are the tips. I think it's a bit nicer to put these tips either as a sidebar instead of like a bottom bar, or maybe in like a conversational pop-up here. This bottom bar does not seem very conventional. In general, their whole layout seems on first glance very reminiscent of Outlook. So you've got like your emails here, and then you open up the content of the email in a pane to the right. That's very reminiscent of Outlook. Gmail has a slightly different design. But overall, it seems very recognizable, and I think that's what they're trying to go for. They want this to be, they're not innovating on what email is functionally. They're innovating behind the scenes in the infrastructure, and they want that to be seamless. and they're accomplishing that. So here, everything's where I expect it to be. I'm not sure what custom filter. Okay, so that's a bit confusing. So I think what they mean by this is that you can create a filter based on. Okay, I don't know what this means. So I would expect an email client to have the option to set up filters that give your emails certain tags based on maybe the sender address, that kind of stuff. I know that Gmail has the option to set up a filter based on the current email you're viewing so that it auto fills in the sender address and that kind of stuff, but that's not what they're doing here. So filter on subject, sender, next. Okay, so that's weird. So this is what I was saying it is. It's their UI to set up an email filter, but you can access it in this specific email, so that it doesn't make sense for it to be here unless it autofills certain fields, which it does not, as far as I can tell. Okay, and then also this looks like it could be an image, but it's not. So this is also not completely clear. How to secure your Proton email account. Oh wait, this is this this title. So it does autofill. So then it makes sense. But I expect that to see that here. I don't expect that after I click next. I don't expect it to autofill anything anymore. So let's go back to let's see the sender. Does it autofill with contact at Proton? Yes, it does. Okay, so now it's clear what they're trying to do. But again, I would show the user that you're autofilling at this screen because the user won't be expecting to see that in the next screen. And then I would also expect you to click outside to be able to minimize this menu, but you're not. And I would also, this also looks, the way that this auto highlights and there's no boundary there, I associate that with like these older, clunkier interfaces. So again, they're not trying to be a modern email client, they're trying to be a secure email client. So this is not necessarily what I would judge them on primarily, but it is a bit, it does look a bit strange. So move to, it says move to, but this is also the place to create a new folder. I guess that would make sense. Makes sense. Save, and then we can move it there. Okay, and then it moves out. Sure. Label or tag also makes sense. Save, and then they show up here on the left, which also makes sense. And then they show up here. Let's add one more. So I type it in the search and then they suggest to add it. That's a nice addition. Let's make it yellow. Auto applies and they're hidden here and they show. Okay, that also works. Sent by ProtonMail with 0 access encryption. 0 access encryption. I'm not sure what that, I think what they mean is end-to-end encrypted and that they don't have access to it. But 0 access sounds like no one has access. So that's also a bit confusing. Okay, so here's more. Report phishing, view source code. Okay, I think that these are all sort of the features that I would expect in an email client. So I'm happy. I'm also happy that it seems quite quick, quite fast. I mean, and then let's say we move something here. Let's say we move this to trash. Boom, it's gone. We undo it. It's back. Let's move it to trash again. We go to trash. It's there. It loads. It's quick. The only thing it doesn't seem to be doing is that it seems to be loading these emails again from scratch. Maybe some caching is possible there, that the email, once it's loaded in a session, it stays loaded, but there might be other security implications to that that I'm not aware of. Overall, I'm quite happy with it's fast, it's like bare bones functional. That's what they're going for. I get it. Let's send an email from my normal Gmail. Product teardown 2 at protonmail.com test. So what I'm looking for is I want to know, firstly, how quickly am I going to get this email? So still waiting for it. There we go. So it took a while, and then here stored with zero access encryption. So this is confusing to me because this is not this email address is not someone that's using end-to-end encrypted email. This will not be an encrypted conversation. If I reply to this, which I'll do now, it's not warning me that this is not end-to-end encrypted. There was a lock there, encryption. Encrypt for non-ProtonMail users. Yeah, so I would like to be maybe warned that this user does not have any encryption. I think this is an alternative where you can lock it with a password that you both agree on outside of the conversation, which is definitely a nice addition. There's expiration time. That's also a pretty cool feature. So let's have a look how that looks. So let's expire in 1 hour. Set test. I would assume that becomes a link. Send anyway. I'm not going to set a password. This message, that's a cool addition here. Okay, let's have a look. Test. I don't know. Okay, so that's not clear. I think this message will expire only here on ProtonMail. It won't expire here. I thought what would happen would be they send you a link and the user can click the link and then view the message, but only for a given time. So that's not entirely clear that that is what would happen, but it's definitely a cool little feature. But I would want it to be more clear when I'm going to participate in a conversation that's going to be encrypted versus not encrypted. But overall, again, I'm pretty happy. Everything's snappy, fast, functional. It's focused on not so much new features, although they have some new cool features, but it's focused on security. Let's just quickly log out and log back in again. Not Proton. So this is German, that's German, and now it's English again. But that's only a quirk because I live in German area of Switzerland. But overall, yeah, quite a positive experience. I like it. I use ProtonMail, so I'll continue to use it. I don't use it as much as my main email address, Gmail, but perhaps that'll change. But I think they're doing a good job so far. But there's just some things, like always, that you can improve upon.